It's coming. I ain't dropped it yet. We still working on it. Yep.
So
I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm always vlogging and stuff.
Detroit.
Yeah,
I watch a lot of YouTube, but they not from Detroit.
Yeah, they kept trying to convince me to move out and go to Miami, California, Dallas. Cause that's where everybody think it's popping. But I've always decided that I'm gonna stay in the city.
Stay here and do
I
your
am.
own thing.
I am. I'm on it. What's your name, bro? Fetty.
Yeah.
What's your name, love?
Jasmine.
How you doing, Jazz? Well, listen, y'all have a phenomenal day. I appreciate y'all. What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. I am in downtown Detroit, and man, it is construction Armageddon down here, which is actually a good thing. It's always a good thing when you see activity, especially when the summer ends and it's the fall going into the winter, and you see a whole lot of construction. It's construction with buildings, it's construction on streets, roads, updating the rail system. It's just construction everywhere, even construction on a building that I'm looking to move into early next year. So I'm looking forward to doing a lot of vlogs there, shooting content there, and also having more conversations with you guys as to why it is that I decided to live, work, and play, and then split my time here in the city. But one thing that I am seeing in the city, specifically Detroit, if you guys are not familiar with where I'm at, and it is growing. It is like a really good space to be in right now, and it's better than it's ever been since I've been alive. And I've been going to school down here. I went to college down here for a stint. I went to all 4 years of high school down here. And so to see the growth and to see the change in the city is a welcome. But one thing that I am seeing that kind of bothers me a little bit is the growth is starting to be stunted because of all of the strikes that's going on. And that's what I want to speak to you about. I don't want to speak to you about the strike specifically, but I'm going to use that as an example to illustrate my point, because it's like the growth is being stunted because we don't know what's going to happen in all of these different industries that they're striking at. I drove by and I seen them striking at one of the plants as far as the big three. We call it Chrysler, GM, and Ford, but you guys probably know it as Stellantis now. And these companies has been doing really, really well as far as continuing to hire workers, keeping the industry alive to a larger extent, especially when it comes to investing in research and development for electric vehicles, evolving, competing, helping to lead the way, not necessarily as a industry leader, because we know that Tesla is that. And regardless of how you feel about internal combustion engines versus EVs, the EV revolution is coming. They are going to continue to invest in the infrastructure and the cost reduction of what it costs in order to even be able to drive an EV specifically. And so it's happening. But we've seen this extended period of growth of jobs and hiring. And then you got the casino strikes, right? And so all of the workers walked off the job, I believe, yesterday afternoon or the day before that. And so if you walk inside of any of the casinos, which I haven't been yet, but I am looking to go there and possibly catch some footage prior to flying over to Florida this weekend. If you go into the casinos and you catch any of the footage, you'll see that it's largely a ghost town. But MGM, Greektown Casino, which is Hollywood Casino, and Motor City Casino, they playing hardball, and so is all three. So wherever it is that you stand on that side, a lot of people that tuned into the Millionaire Morning Show, they're already familiar with what it is that I am saying about it. But wherever it is that you stand on that side, that's not necessarily the conversation. I just want there to continue to be growth, right? We got the sports teams, those are booming. We finally got all 4 teams down here, and the Lions is even doing well. So well that they put the NFL on notice, but it is. I don't like to see stunted growth. It seems like every single time that there's some movement and there's some traction and, it's continuous and it's not necessarily stopping and it's evolving, we start to get these obstacles in front of us. And I'm not just talking about the strikes. I'm not just talking about the city specifically. I'm talking about us. We get these obstacles in front of us that then seem as though it's a road bump or it's going to stop the growth of what we have going on. Let me give you a warning and then let me give you a solution. The middle class is going away. It's going to seem like it's still going to be here because there may be some concessions, there may be some significant raises. One of the major talking points is, equal work for equal pay and We want our fair share. That's the slogan. Similar to like Black Lives Matters and all of that. Let me help you to understand something. If you are being interdependent on a company or an industry in order for you to survive, and you are not diversifying your skill set, if you're not adding to your skill set, if you're not evolving, if you're not growing, if you're not becoming better, if you're not investing in yourself, but you're dependent on this in order for your children and your children's children in order to be able to survive, you are going to be, listen, you're going to be in trouble. Even when it comes to content creation, right? One thing that I've been seeing is there's somewhat of an Armageddon, and it's like the platforms are starting to crack down. Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, they're starting to crack down on content creators. I've seen more content creators in the last 6 months lose their monetization or lose their platforms than I've ever seen, and I've been on YouTube for an extended period of time. I mean, you can largely call me an OG when it comes to YouTube. I love my city. I absolutely, positively love my city. Right now, we walking past Campus Martius. Quicken Loans is over there, Rocket Mortgage. Obviously, as you can see right there with the big old sign that Quicken Loans Rocket Mortgage. We got the roasting plant. We just walked past Shake Shack. You got the big Detroit sign over there, which I have not taken one at night because I haven't been down here at night. You got Monroe Street, the Midway, where they be ice skating, and then they switch it over to different things, right? So they usually have like roller skating, and then it's ice skating, and it's basketball, and it's all different types of stuff. And it changes depending on the season. You got the tents that's gonna be over there because at Christmas time, they're gonna set everything up to where, you know, it's gonna be shops and stuff like here, so you can shop local vendors and retailers. And then they're gonna have the hockey rink, well, not the hockey rink, the ice skating over here at Campus Martius, but then you'll be able to get your skates over there and stuff like that. So it's a lot of evolution over here in the city, and I love being here in the city. And again, to just see how it's grown and evolving and continuing to grow, and all of the construction and the barrels and all of the stuff right here is very, very good to hear. But let me get back to what I'm saying. Even when it comes to content creation, right? I've seen more content creators that are dependent on the platforms lose their monetization. And let me be very clear, and I said this in the very beginning, even when Fresh and Fit lost their monetization, no matter what I feel about somebody, I will never root for, no matter who it is, and I don't really have a problem with anybody, because if it's a problem, then they got it with me, I don't have it with them. I will never root for a content creator, or anybody for that matter, to lose the ability for them to be able to feed their family, ever. I don't play when it comes to messing up the money. I am a money guy. That's why the name of one of my shows is called The Millionaire Morning Show. And I do not play when it comes to messing up the money. I never want to see nobody lose the platform that they worked so hard to build. And I know a lot of different people got a lot of different opinions, and part of it is just because you ain't a content creator. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all don't really understand what it means to build something from scratch and to work so hard and to be amongst the top of the top, and then to lose it for whatever reason. And I'm not here to evaluate why they lost the reason. Most of them, they're not going to tell you why they lost it. We can only speculate. But it is. But the problem with that is they become so interdependent on that in order for them to survive. It's a devastating blow. And it's the same thing when it comes to the casino workers. It's the same thing when it comes to the people that's dependent on the automakers. You got to diversify. You got to have I have over 8 sources of income. I have over 8 sources, and I'm continuously investing. 90% of everything that I make on anything, whether it's content creation, whether it's the businesses, whether it's my regular job, whatever. And people laughed at me because I continue to keep that high paying. Let me tell you something. I'm a bag chaser. I'm smart. You know what I'm saying? I'm a C student. I've leaned into the idea that my previous experiences is now dictating how it is that I'm going to move going forward. You got to protect yourself. You got to make sure that you understand that it's no longer going to be a middle class. It's a haves and have-nots. It's a thin line between being successful and being interdependent on something and losing it overnight, and it no longer being able to supply you with your needs. These casino workers, they just started striking. The auto workers, they've been striking for almost or over a month now, and it's getting tight for them. And I'm just warning y'all, you know what I'm saying? You have to continue to invest in yourself, minimize your expenses, and understand the industry and the lanes in which we going in, and that society is largely gonna be a space where it's haves and have-nots. So you gotta market yourself effectively, make yourself more available to different people and different things, be platform agnostic, diversify your income, get multiple sources of income, and continue to run it up from there, all right? I love you, I appreciate y'all. I just wanted to tap in with y'all and see what was going on with y'all. Mental health check before we get back to our regularly scheduled program. Make sure you tap in with me tonight. I'm gonna be live streaming. That's gonna be absolutely lit. I love you, I appreciate you. I'm gonna holler at y'all later, man. Make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. I'm out.